Picked another glorious day here. Just seems whenever I go out at the moment it's sunny, which is really rare. Usually I get caught in the rain, but it's Drayton Manor today. Now it is before the new coaster opens, obviously. However, here to ride the Wave and obviously take in some of the new bits and pieces that have arrived since I was last here, including the complete retheme of what's behind me down there. But we are heading to the Wave first. I'm quite intrigued by the Wave, to be honest. Looks really unique, I think is probably the best way of putting it. Looks really unique, so really quite intrigued on how it rides, how smooth it is, and indeed how good the trains are. Lots of other rides here as well, including Air Race, including Bounty, including Accelerator. Probably not Storm Force 10, but I have to say, if it stays like this, maybe. Of course, we walk into the cove. I've only been here once since they've redone it all, but it just looks so good. It really does look so good. But of course the first stop is over here. Now we can see as we approach the Wave that we've got a lovely new entrance here and a new billboard as well. I think with the long straight there I'd like to send the billboard maybe before the sign, but it does kind of shadow the final two inversions on the ride. It is the UK's most thrilling family ride, I have to say, at a 1.2 metre height restriction. I'm not sure I can dispute that, in honest with you, but let's get on the Wave. Now the train is out and about at the moment, which gives us a chance to have a look around the station.
Hi guys, take 2 for me please.
So it does look like they fill from the front. Now one thing to notice in here is that the station has actually been raised. And you can see where the station's been raised up about a foot, in honesty, to accompany it, but the station's been completely redone. It does look really good in here, and you'll see the train come in. So a lot of people have said about the front of the train. I have to say it would probably help to have a Drayton Manor plaque over it, as it does look a little bit bare. That said, actually the train design from the inside is really nice. You can see on the ground the leg supports which come in, and how the restraint sort of comes down onto the train. And I have to say, you kind of think with leg restraints, I think that they might be a bit uncomfortable, but they're really not. And you can see sort of the design of them how they flip down, but my turnaround's quite high. So let's get on and give it another go. Right, there's the Wave done. That's first ride of the day. While we're over here, we are going to do the Rapids. I did think maybe Accelerator might be the best bet, but I don't think it's going to be super busy today. So why not Rapids? You can see how bright and colourful. This was all redone when Adventure Cove reopened, and it's kind of stayed nice and fresh, to be honest. And it's nice to see the inside of the Wave building join it. Can't remember, I'm sure you don't particularly get wet on this. It is a lovely day. There does seem to be a lot of water, in fairness, so not overly sure whether or not going to get wet on it. Guess there's a chance. It's a bit of a slalom though, but let's get on the Rapids. There's the little boats now. So they're 9-seater, but it's a maximum of 6. I don't really understand this rule. Someone does, leave it in the comments, because I don't really understand it. I'm sure there's obviously reasons behind it. We've seen Towers do it as well. Thorpe Park don't, oddly, and neither did Legoland when theirs was open. I am a bit... Actually, you can't really see now. It's so warm today. I can feel I've got a wet bum. I can't lie to you. But I love the look of it. I do think it looks brilliant. There's a few waves that get you on the way round, which are obviously potluck, depending on where you're sitting in the boat. And the sprinkler at the end does kind of give you a very light shower as well. As we can see, the Wave going round. A lovely new billboard as well. Yeah, good on the Rapids. So far, it doesn't seem that busy. Got a few more rides to do in this area before we venture out to the rest of the park. One of my favourite flat rides in the world is an Air Race. We've only got 2 in the country and both of them are different. In honesty, this one is a 4-seater one. The one on Brighton Pier is a 2-seater one. So this is the larger model, and the other one is down south. Time to ride. good ride. I don't know why people don't like those. Obviously, if you don't like going upside down, that's a problem. But other than that, I just love the air race. Some of these new bits they've done as well, I have to say, everyone criticised the new logo. We quite liked it. It fits really well with the branding they've got. And this Adventure Cove is just so fresh when you look at it. Even over at the older rides like Stormforce 10, it's all lovely painted. The Maelstrom here as well. Oh, just love it. Just love it here. Love the soundtrack, everything about it. Massive credit to the park, especially with the wave as well. What a fantastic addition that's going to be for this year. We will be walking up into the new area, which will also be home to the new roller coaster as well, Frontier Falls. You can see little bits have been put on the side of Accelerator here. High voltage. And up here we have the haunting Blasting Barrels, which has been completely refreshed. Share a Showdown. And just look at all this. Look, this has all been redone. This looks stunning. It's the first time we've walked into this. Oh my god. It looks amazing. And they kind of darkened up around Accelerator as well to make Accelerator fit. At this point I probably would have done a retheme on it, maybe. Now it's not Ben 10 coloured. Maybe it's something they will do in the future. But it's nice to see them add little bits of details. And I haven't been on Accelerator in years. Unfortunately, when we come, we tend to come during the summer. And queues for these ones are quite long, obviously being mini boomerangs. So we don't always get on this. This and the Yamanga, whatever the other roller coaster's called now. I'm never going to pronounce these. It's never going to happen. Didn't get on that last time, so really looking forward on getting that today. It is an off-peak day today, so hopefully it'll be quite quiet. But yeah, arguably the theme of Accelerator now just doesn't fit the park, unfortunately. And I reckon it won't be long until this one's rethemed. However, I will say this is a cracking boomerang. And the detail they have put in really is quite spectacular, to be honest, when you look at it. It does look the part. So previously Ben 10 went quite a long time ago. I much prefer it as Accelerator, to be honest with you. And let's get on board. Whilst it's experiencing a technical delay, here is the Accelerated train. Maintained its green, or this little mini boomerang, and over in the back you'll see the new coaster as well. It doesn't look anywhere near ready for testing, if I'm being honest. As we look around the site, you'll be able to see that in another video. You'll see that there's still a lot of scaffolding over track, still a lot of work ongoing, so timescale for that will be interesting. But it's interesting to see just how close it is. It's the first time I've ever seen it. I haven't walked up there yet either. This standing here is the first time I've seen it. It's really close to this ride. Accelerator. I have to say I prefer the layout of Accelerator over the Velociraptor at Portland's. I don't know, I just prefer that, particularly going forward. It's really quite quick, quite forceful around those corners. Right, it's Viking time, and the ride, I don't really know how to say it, but everyone knows what ride I mean. This coaster that goes over the entrance here, it used to be the Buffalo. It's been here many years, but it's completely refurbished for the reopening of Vikings, and this is a beautiful area. We walked through this on the way in. We were a bit confused with the entrances, but we walked in down there. And Yamanga, something similar to that right here, is going to be our next stop. And it's the first time I've ridden this since it's been redone. Now, although we will have a separate video on the construction whilst we're over here, we'll shine over and you can pick up what you can. But I'm telling you now, there's a lot of switch tracking here, over there, and it's very difficult to tell sort of what goes where, to be honest with you. You can't get that close to it. It's great that the classic old coaster interweaves really nicely with the new one. Currently unnamed, the new one. So the train on this does look fantastic now. You know, that's a nice little ride, that one. Nice little family coaster, nothing too strenuous. It does give some good views in the new coaster, and I think the more I look at it, the more I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you. But it's something we're definitely going to have a look at later today. Right, the next stop is this. This is one of the most pleasing rides to watch, and it's Loki. The Zamberla Nebulas. Look at this, though. This thing is a beast. It's not as bad as it looks, but it is great fun. We have left the Loki area. That's a good ride on Loki there. I like that. It's not too quick, it's not too slow, it's just about right, to be honest with you. And continuing up the Wild West area, which is home to the new Drayton Jail everyone said everything about. Nice photo opportunity there. And of course a couple of slower rides as well, including the Haunting. Looks really, really nice. The Sheriff's Shootout, and of course Blasting Barrels, which we'll take a look at as well. This is going to look fantastic once it's open, but I reckon the Madhouse, it's good to see someone can keep a Madhouse open, that we head into the Haunting. This is a weird one, the Haunting. I do like it. It is a weird one, and I love the way as well they are sneaking in the new coaster into various advertising around. Love it. I absolutely love it. I think first when I rode this, I didn't really rate it very much because comparing it too much to Hex. But after seeing sort of Legoland, which I don't think has sort of the immersive story of this and Hex does, you get a brand new appreciation for it. But it's a 15-minute cycle. They don't let people in the middle, so we'll just hang around for the next cycle. Ooh, the exit to the Haunting. I know it used to be a Kelly's shop, ice cream shop, but it's not anymore. Okay, we're out. So there we go, that's the Haunting. I have to say, it's probably underrated. It really is underrated. I really do enjoy it. I don't like the first show part. I think that's a little bit too cheesy, but the part in the middle before you go into the house is brilliant. Really, really well put together. Absolutely love it in there. The Madhouse as well itself, it's not as big as Hex or Monster Party, so it doesn't feel quite as powerful, but they got the sound on point. There's no doubt about that. The sound is 100% on point. You can hear it, you know what's going on, and it's a lovely story that it tells throughout. Really underrated, and looking and acting absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we'll keep it on a slower pace, and we're going to have a shootout now. A shootout on Sheriff's Showdown. This has had quite a lot of love over the last few years and was looking the best ever last time we come in here. I don't know what else has happened to it, but we're going to go and find out. All I remember is this massive water under here, and I worry about dropping everything down it. I can't lie, I suck at this one so much. I've really got on Toon Blaster. I was alright on Duel back in the day, but I just don't get the scoring, and I suck at it. I always end up half of what anyone else does. Needless to say, this was no different. I ended up half of what everyone else does. But still really good. It is a really interactive shooting. As you shoot things, animatronics go off. It's quite inclusive. And the good thing is as well, you've got a screen on the car, and the screen tells you how all 4 people are doing at once with a little storyline. So yeah, really, really good. Now here's a quick look at this, because this has obviously been redone from Drunken Barrels to Exploding Blasting Barrels, whatever it's called, Blasting Barrels. And it's had a complete sort of refresh. The lovely last lady that was here has been taken out, and you can see that we've got some new parts to fit in with the new area, which will stretch out obviously to the new coaster. But yeah, looking really, really good. So yeah, maybe we'll give it a ride. There we are. So the barrels which were in here, which were obviously alcohol barrels, actually fit quite nicely in the new explosive theme. So it's had a complete refresh for 2024 to go with the new Wild West area, Frontier. We'll try and get some video of it in motion later, because there's not many people riding today. But yeah, running as well as what it ever was, to be honest with you. Still got a really good spin to it. Tilts, yeah, I just love it. I'm really surprised we don't have more of these kicking around. But I do like the new signs. The new signs are brilliant. A little bit more to the music, I think. It's very repetitive. So a little bit more to the music and a little bit louder. But you know. Have a little look around Thomas Land. Picked up an ice cream. and inadvertently picked up a souvenir cup. We didn't really understand what he was talking about, but I paid $4.50 for a souvenir cup that doesn't have free refills. I have to say, I have no idea what's just happened, but we've been fleeced now. Now, this doesn't seem to be the entrance or exit anymore. It's very closed up today. Whether or not they still use this during the summer, I don't know. But it doesn't say goodbye anymore, so I don't know, to be honest with you. We got a bit confused this morning. And here's Thomas Land, and it's good to see that Terence is back down this end as well. So let's head into Thomas Land. We've got troublesome trucks to do. This is the first time I've seen Thomas and Percy's submarine splash. I have to say it's considerably smaller than what I thought it would be. I'm not sure I'd class it as a flume, more of a scenic boat ride with a little drop. A very unique sort of double drop there. Yeah, very different. I mean, it fits Thomas Land perfectly. I love the way all this is done up. I'm not sure we're going on it though, to be honest with you. It's happening. We're going to do troublesome trucks. It's not a new cred for me, but it is for some of us.
Oh, well done. I see, keep going, Pete, route 2.
Oh, it's Thomas! This is what I like. This for me, this is where it's at. Seeing Thomas rock in. Obviously we're not doing a lot of filming in Thomas Land for obvious reasons, but this is, I love this. And it goes down the end and he turns around and then he recouples to the end and goes up to the zoo. Oh, I love it. I'll tell you what, that is a great first coaster. It really is. 1 metre height restriction. It actually really does pick up some pace on the corners. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I haven't been on that in years. Feels weird not having the boys with me today. I'm not on my own now, I'm not on my own. So we get live shows here with the Fat Controller and people. The next one is at 2 o'clock and they show right the way across this area here as Thomas comes round and obviously on the turntable and turns round. I love this land. Now we decided we're going to get some good views from Winston, so that's what we're doing. And you can see over into Adventure Cove, which I have to say looks spectacular. It really does. Just love the look of it. I absolutely suck at this ride. Really bad. Suck. The whole ride to ourselves, and then you can pick on the way out whether or not you feel there was. I feel there was. I feel there was paranormal activity. I have to say, going in on the first corridor, first time I've ever looked up and actually seen the ghost that comes down. If you've never done that, check it out. There's quite a lot of times you have to look up. In the main room you need to look up to see some of the effects as well. Have a good look around. I think every time I go on there I see something new. Yeah, underrated. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. The whole of this area has been completely refreshed for this year to go with the new Western theme. All labelled up, and of course it is joined by a new 4D show. I have to say, it's a 4D show that I think is going to be quite funny. Who doesn't like a bit of Looney Tunes with Roadrunner and Wildy, Coyote, Super Genius? Well, that's where we're heading now. We're going to check out the new 4D show. I'm not sure I've ever been in this theatre. Have I? Making me think. But this is the Fool's Theatre. Does smell very painty in here. Very new and clean. In the Frontier Falls, Looney Tunes 4D, Roadrunner, Wildy, Coyote. I challenge anyone to go in there and not laugh. At least once. At least smile. I'll tell you, that was a great 4D show. That really was. I love the area as you look at it from here. Imagine when that coaster's done. Alright, I think we're going to go back down now and try some of the other attractions back down in Adventure Cove. It's got a little bit busy at the park, but it doesn't seem like super busy, shall we say. I forget where the mouse from, just how powerful that is. You're at full swing like nearly instantly. It's quite insane. I always say between this and Eagle's Claw at Lightwater Valley for my two favourite swing rides. Arguably this one's taller. I would argue this one's more powerful, where Eagle's Claw spins a bit more, so it's a bit variant, but that thing is stunning, really is absolutely stunning. Wave swinger. Water would fit this, given the area. Water would really fit this. That's a nice little wave swinger. I will just say, signs for an exit wouldn't go astray, would they? There's absolutely nothing on the inside to tell you where the exit is. Therefore, we didn't actually go to the exit. We're all right once we found the exit, look, and it's quite obvious and you're following a path. But I love that. That's really nicely themed. Got a nice swing to it as well. But I think we're going to head back over to the wave. We've just seen it go round. I think it had a short period of downtime. Storm Force 10, I mean, you've got to be brave to want to go on Storm Force 10 at the best of days. It is quite a nice day today, but I've got quite a journey home and I am wearing jeans, so I'm not going to be going on it. But it is a cracking water ride, it really, really is. Just in time after I reopen. So we walk in all ready to go front row. I don't think we need to queue in the front row. And here's another look at the train while we slowly move along. We leave the wave for the last time today. I have to say we've ridden that quite a few times. Really, really impressed with it. You want to see a full review on it, I'll put that up separately as it's a brand new ride, but I think that is fantastic. And I think it lives up to their claim as well. Right, we've been here for quite a few hours now. We've pretty much done everything. More than once, actually, if we're being perfectly honest. It's a beautiful day here. It's not very busy. I love off-peak days at the parks, and Drayton Manor's no different. Got a few things we want to wrap and tap, but oh, love it, absolutely love it. Fantastic day. On what must be possibly the quietest day I've ever seen at Drayton Manor. Thank you for joining us. The wave is brilliant. We really enjoyed it. The new area is looking fantastic, and that's without the new coaster opening, but of course we'll be back to ride that very soon.